Hey there, welcome. This is Josh Simon with Sci-Fi Productions. Today we're going to check out a super cool guitar I just got about a week or two ago. I ordered it used, although it looks like it's practically new. There wasn't like a scratch or anything on it. But it's a Godin Kingpin I. Again, really great guitar. They retail new for like $6.99, which is very reasonable for the quality and everything on the guitar. I got it used for $500, or actually with the case $550. And it comes, you can get a really cool case with it. That's kind of a hybrid soft hard shell case, which is actually really quite nice. So I don't like spending too much time on the specs of the guitar because it's really pretty easy to just Google it and look it up real quick. But a couple of unique things. It's made this Canadian wild cherry, which I'm not that big into like looks on guitars and that kind of thing. I'm much more into the tone of it. But I gotta say, it looks really cool. I don't know how well it will come out in person. Or I should say on the video, but in person it looks super cool. I really like the finish. The neck I absolutely love. It's just a really smooth, but it's not too slick. It's not like a glossy thing, which I don't like. It's just a very smooth neck. It's I forget the exact scale, but it's similar to a Gibson scale neck. And again, it's got a I believe it's a Graphtec bridge. Basically their take on like a vintage Gibson, same kind of bridge. As well as the tailpiece there. It is fully hollow. It's got the 2 F-holes. I chose to do it in this room because it's a little bit bigger and I can have my amp a little bit louder just to see feedback, right? Because an issue with these hollow bodies can be feedback, and I'll say right off the bat, obviously it will still feedback. It's a hollow body, but you can for sure play loud enough for your jazz gig or acoustic gig without it feeding back. It's a little bit thinner, right, than some of your Gibson ES-175s or L5s. I believe it's laminate top, which also helps. One thing I've read some with the reviews is the action will come a little bit high. And again, mine was used, so I'm not 100% sure if it was messed with or not. But when I got mine, I also found that to be true. So I found it was set up a little bit high, but the neck seemed to be relatively straight. So I didn't touch the truss rod. All I did was lower the height on the bridge, and within 5 minutes, it played great, no buzzing, no issues like that. Tuners are nice. It stays in tune really well. So without further ado, let's get into some of the sounds. I also really wanted to do this video because I like this P90 pickup a lot. And when I bought the guitar, I had it was kind of for a specific project. There's a guitar player I like a lot who uses a specific pickup that I wanted to try. So I'm still probably going to swap it out just because I had already planned to do it. But in all honesty, this pickup sounds great. I may eventually switch it back or put this pickup on a different guitar. It's definitely not like a guitar you need to buy and be like, well, it sounds good, I'm just gonna change the pickup. I actually really like it. So again, this is a P90. This is just the one Godin makes themselves, I believe, and it comes with the guitar. So I'm playing through a 59 Fender Bassman reissue, and I am on the normal channel 2 now, I believe, okay? So the slightly darker channel. I'm gonna move over to the bright channel in a little bit just to show you some other tones, excuse me. So this is with my tone on full. So you see what I really like with the P90 is it's very clear, right? It's a little brighter, obviously, than a humbucker. So single notes will sound really nice. This, again, with the tone on full. But chords, when I ring out some nice chords. All right, if I play something a little more chord melody. what I like about P90s, and I should mention, these are round wound strings. They're 12 gauge. I believe from what I read, the guitar comes with 12s. Not 100% of it comes with round or flat. I personally prefer round wound, but if you're only going to play jazz on it and you like that darker sound, I'm sure flat wounds sound good. But what I like with round wounds is this is with the tone on full. Nice, it's bright. It's not overly bright. Now I should say that was with the side of my pick, which I use a lot. If I use the tip of my pick, it's going to be a little bit brighter. Right, so it's definitely going to get a little bit brighter if I use the tip of my pick. But still very, very usable sound. If I want a little bit more traditional, darker of a sound, I could obviously roll my tone back a little bit. Even a little bit more, right? It sounds really, really nice. So I like the pickup a lot. That was obviously more jazzy stuff, which I would imagine a lot of people will buy the guitar if they're looking for a jazz, arch top guitar that's affordable, which again, I think this is a great, great value. Probably the best value I've seen for this kind of guitar as far as quality and sound. But that's the P90. If I switch over to the bright channel here, I'm not going to touch my EQ. But I'll also show you a little bit if I do some more finger picking or some more chords. Again, if you're not necessarily a jazz player, but maybe you want to use this more for acoustic gigs, singer-songwriter gigs, softer gigs where you still want like a nice full sound, or just as a substitute for an acoustic guitar, right? It's going to be a little bit easier to play. I'll just do some chords here for you. So it's definitely not, if you have a humbucker here, sometimes it can be difficult for it not to be muddy, especially with a hollow body for that kind of thing. Here, if anything, you might even back off your tone a little bit. Right, with that finger picking stuff or whatever you're doing. Good for that. Even single note stuff, let's see. I like the sound a lot of the P90. It's got some of that single coil pop and twang to it. It's obviously not going to get as bright as a solid body, but it's got plenty of brightness. Even for bluesy stuff, I like it quite a lot. Right? It sounds really, really good. I wouldn't, typically I wouldn't really use drive with a guitar like this, or if you would, it'd be pretty minimal. But if I put a little bit on it, like just to get it to get closer to breakup, it does sound pretty good. And that's an RC Booster. So now you hear the feedback. So that's more gain than I typically use with this, but if you roll back your bass a little bit, you might be able to get it to work. Again, it's not really what this guitar would be used for, but this would be a tube screamer. Again, it actually sounds pretty good. You're just going to start getting that feedback. So I'd probably probably play this clean, or if it was a bluesy thing, maybe a tiny kind of booster in front of it just to pump it up a little bit. But overall, I can't say enough good things about the guitar. Again, I didn't want this specifically to be just a review on the guitar, but more just about the tones, especially with this P90, because I'm still probably going to change it because I already have another pickup that I was going to put in it. But overall, I mean, I think it's a great sounding P90. And I'll play you the guitar by itself too. I should do that. Acoustically, it's quite loud. Again, it's fully hollow. It's got the F holes. So it's plenty loud if you're practicing just to strum, even if you're doing more jazz stuff or more like heavy picking stuff. It's going to sound really good for that. So I can't recommend it enough. Again, I got it. I wanted I have like a 335 style guitar, and I also have a PRS hollow body, but it's significantly thinner than this one. So before buying this, I didn't have a full hollow body. I used to, and I sold it a while back. So I wanted to have one full hollow body guitar just for that kind of sound. And again, I had a specific sound in mind. So I was looking for a full hollow body archtop that sounds good and wasn't going to, you know, cost me a fortune. So again, it's $6.99 new. They go used for, you know, $5-ish and change. It's a great guitar. It feels really good. Again, I absolutely love the feel. You know, it's around the same size frets as like your typical Gibson scale. But it's nice and easy to play. It stays in tune really well. It feels really solid. Yeah, I think it's great. Hopefully those clips help a little bit with this P90. Because I personally really like P90s on hollow body guitars. Obviously a lot of the jazz greats have humbuckers. They're going to be a little quieter than a P90, although I should note in this video, yeah, I mean, there's a little buzz, but it's really not bad at all. It's definitely a manageable amount. I mean, it's a single coil, so you can expect some, but it's not unbearably buzzy or anything like that. And again, with a P90, what I like is it, you know, I can play some other styles on it too, and it will sound good. And for jazz, I like to sound a little brighter personally, but I can always roll my tone back if I want it to be darker. I can roll it back as much as I want. It's going to sound like a nice traditional jazz tone. So anyways, this has been the Godin Kingpin I. I strongly recommend it. I'll probably be doing another video when I swap the pickup out, just so you can hear the differences. But I really wanted to do this video just so you can hear that the pickup that comes with it, again, it's some kind of P90 that they made. I think it's great. You can get some different sounds out of it. You can for sure get a jazz sound. You can get a nice acoustic sound. You can get a lighter blues sound, maybe with a slight breakup. And for being a bigger guitar, this amp is fairly loud in this room, so it will feed back, but for sure for a jazz gig, it's not going to be as big of an issue as other hollow bodies I've had in the past. So let me know what you think. If you want to hear more or less of anything, please subscribe. Sci-Fi Productions. Again, this is Josh Hyman, and I'll see you next time.